Hey racing fans, it's time for Isaac's Saturday Race Tips. Now today I'll look at races at Flemington and the Rosehill Gardens. I had scheduled to look at races at Flemington, Rosehill Gardens and up at the Sunshine Coast. But there is no sunshine at the Sunshine Coast today and no sunshine at the Gold Coast today. It's all heavy rains and those races have been abandoned, cancelled and not going ahead due to the bad weather, so that's a real shame. Getting into the Flemington races now, we'll start off with race 2, the TAB Silver Bowl Series Final. Now, it's a 1600 metre. I've got number 1, Rathlin. Barrier 4 had a few weeks to freshen up, and it's came back from that. Its last start, it finished second at Flemington, and that was a 1400 metre. It's used to running this track. It's used to this distance pretty much. I think Rathlin should have the extra 200 in him today. Ben Mallam is the jockey, so hopefully he goes well with Rathlin. Number 3 is Seb's Song, the favourite. It's currently back to $4.50 in Barrier 6. Jamie Carr on board. Now, its last ride with Jamie Carr was all the way back on the 28th of November in 2020. Now, that was a 1600 metre, and that was at Moonee Valley where Seb's Song won. So, Jamie Carr's got a good record with this horse. When it comes to winning, hopefully this track suits them and Jamie Carr might get the win. My pick for this race to win it, I'd like to see Rathlin get up and upset the rest of the field. Race 4 is the Kennedy Taj Rossi Series Final. It's a 1600 metre as well. I've got number 2, Celestial Fury, Barrier 6, currently back to $7. I've also got number 11, Forbidden City, Barrier 10, Jamie Carr on board again for another of my selections. Currently back to $6.50, so good odds with number 2 and number 11. Watch out for, now I know it might sound silly, he's a huge roughie in this race. Number 8, Turn It Up Tommy. Dennis Pagan is the trainer. It's currently back at $126 to win. Now, I'd just like to see how Turn It Up Tommy goes on the track. I've seen it run once or twice before. It's gone okay. Hopefully it goes right in this race. It's a long shot for it to win, but you never ever know. Race 6 is the Winter Championship Final. It's a 1600 metre. Number 3, Odeon is my pick. Barrier 2, Jamie Carr on board. The odds on this horse is $6.50. It had a lot of placings at Flemington, and according to the form from racing.com, it hasn't won a race yet at Flemington, so today might be the day. I've also got number 9, Biometric, Barrier 7, currently back to $13. Now, its last start at Caulfield was a win, and it was a 1400 metre there. Extra 200 metres should be okay, and hopefully Biometric can get the win today at Flemington. Watch out for number 7, Galaxy Raider, who is, in Barrier 5. It's a bit of a roughie, $6 to place, $35 to win. So if Galaxy Raider, he surprised a few people with his last races, just getting that 4th or 3rd or just frightening the other horses coming up to the straight. So watch out for Galaxy Raider. He might surprise everyone and get a ripper win. Race 8 is the Vic Sprint Series Final. It's a 1200 metre. I've only got the one pick in this. It's number 8, High Stranger, Barrier 11, $4.40 is the odds. Dean Yindell in the saddle. Its last start at Flemington finished second, and that was a 1100 metre, so it's definitely got the extra 100 metres in it. Coming up to that straight, hopefully High Stranger can get the win. Race 9 is the Lalani Series Final. It's a 1400 metre. I've got number 5, Parmi, Barrier 1, Damian Lane on board. Currently backed at $9. It hasn't been up to good form in a long time, so hopefully he might get a place today, Parmi. But I've also got number 6, Barbie's Fox, Barrier 8, Jamie Carr on board, $3.90 is the odds, so cheap odds. Came 3rd at Sandown on the 12th of June, and that was a 1300 metre. So, as I mentioned earlier with another horse, that extra 100 metres should be fine coming up to the straight with a jockey like Jamie Carr on board. I'm sure she can do the rest of the work. just going back to number 5, Parmi. We have a big question here in Australia. Now, is when you go to a pub, this is a bit off track, but let's go with it. When you go to a pub, is it called a Parmi or a Parma? Personally, I think it's a Parma, but is it a Parmi or a Parma? Let me know in the comments. Huge question, but let's get back to the races now. Moving off to the Rosehill Gardens. Race 1 is a 1300 metre. I've got number 1, Tycoonist. Barrier 2, Tommy Berry in the saddle. It is the favourite at $2.15, but I think number 3, The Empire, can cause an upset. It's in barrier 8, currently back to $4.20. Brenton Abdullah in the saddle. Now, it's coming off 2 nice wins at Warwick Farm and Newcastle. So hopefully the Empire can get another win at the Rosehill Gardens today. Race 5 is an 1100 metre. I've got only the one horse in this, and it's number 2, Catapult, Kieran McAvoy on board. Barrier 4, it had 2 wins earlier this year at Warwick Farm. It's currently backed at $12, so really good odds there, and I'm sure Kieran McAvoy will have a great day on the track today. It's looking to be a bit rough with the weather, but you never know with these horses, especially the roughies. They can always surprise everyone. Hopefully Catapult can get the win. Race 6 is a 1500 metre race. I've got number 1, Grand Piano, who's in barrier 4. Nashua Wheeler on board. $6.50 is the odds. But I've got the favourite to win it. It's number 9, Cisco Bay. Barrier 6, Tommy Berry on board. Currently back at $3.80 as the favourite. Last start at Randwick was a ripper win. It was a 1400 metre. I hope Cisco Bay can go really well and get the win. As I mentioned earlier, Grand Piano will put up a good fight, and there's other horses in the race, but Cisco Bay is my pick to win the whole thing. Race 9 is at 1800 metre. I've only got the one horse again, and it is the favourite yet again, and it is number 13, Wicklow, barrier 11, currently back at $2. That's such cheap odds. Now, earlier this morning, it was at $1.85, and then it quickly jumped up to $2, so hopefully the punters show a bit more love for Wicklow. Brenton Abdullah in the saddle. Last 3 starts have all been wins. Hopefully Wicklow can make it 4 in a row. And that's my pick for race 9. Race 10 is the Fillies and Mare BM78 handicap. I've got 4 horses in this, so you might want to look at taking the first 4, or you might want to look at taking 4 horses in a box trifecta, so you get those 4 horses, and then any 3 of those 4 that come in, first, second, third, you get the trifecta. There's only 8 horses in this race, so, you know, this first 4 is maybe likely to happen. Number 3, Saigon, currently backed at $11. Number 9, Steel Diamond at $4.40 with Nashua Wheeler on board. Number 11, I've chucked in there Exotic Ruby. Pretty sure Exotic Ruby is around the $15 mark for the odds. And number 12, to finish it off, Miss Einstein, Rachel King on board for Miss Einstein. A winner for this, for me, would have to be number 9, Steel Diamond. I think Nashua Wheeler will have a nice ride in the last race. But watch out for Saigon. Number 11, Tommy Berry in the saddle there. You know, I've stated 4 horses, and they all will go really well. It's going to be a nice race to finish off my Saturday race tips and, you know, the races at Rosehill today. But my top pick would have to be Steel Diamond number 9 with Nashua Wheeler. Folks, that's my Saturday race tips. It's unfortunate that the races at Gold Coast and Sunshine Coast have been abandoned. I had a lot of tips for the Sunshine Coast races because those horses looked really well. But these horses look even better at Flemington and Rosehill. Hopefully you got a few picks and tips out of this video. If you are taking a punt, good luck. And as always, gamble responsibly.